Can you hear me?
Ok, ajde, može, čao. Ok, Francesca, hello.
Hello, how are
Yeah,
you?
hi, we hear you. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
We hear you, nice to see you. Francesca, I don't know, did you was with us yesterday or not?
No, I wasn't, because I was teaching, so it was impossible to try to verify the connection yesterday, but I am here.
See, on the Zoom, you will be muted till the moment when you need to speak and share your presentation.
Yes.
But if you have ready presentation, just to be sure that everything will be okay, can you send me this to my email?
Can try to share my presentation. So,
did you try? Can you share the presentation?
Yes, I'm going to do that.
Okay, let me see how to. Okay. Okay, so that we can check is everything okay? Is everything working? We have enough time. Yeah.
Good.
Super. Okay.
Okay. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, super. But
good.
You know.
Okay, it's working.
Yeah, but now you know that you have only 10 minutes.
Okay.
Only 10 minutes for the presentation. Please
okay.
Please be on time, because I said to Marco, and when I sent the program, 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes presentation, so we need to be on time.
Okay.
I don't know
I'm
how
going
many
to send
slides do you have.
It's a little bit longer, but I will speak for 10 minutes, not more.
Okay, thank you so much. We can share
longer.
after the
As
presentation.
usually has happened when we are producing a presentation, we are longer than 10 minutes, but I will check the time.
No, this time.
Good morning.
Yeah, this time you are introducing speaker, so you are invited speaker, and for this conference, since we have the program, it's 10 minutes. So if you can, short to be on time, please, because otherwise we will have delay in whole conference.
Absolutely, sure. Stop. Okay. Now, okay, I'm going to send you my presentation. I'm going to share my presentation, or I will do by myself.
Okay, I was in another room just to check with the colleagues. Yes, so that we received. Okay, Francesca, you can send me a mail. But did you receive the? Just a second.
I can hear you. I can listen to you.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me, Bram?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
I'm sorry, I just didn't want to disturb. I just wanted to check that
No, everything is going fine, technically, no problem. We can see you and I can hear you as well.
Yeah, okay.
Good?
Yes. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Hi from my side also.
Hi, Sanya.
Hi, Sanya.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you also. Yeah. We are in parallel on Zoom in the live stream, so we have background music, which I asked my colleagues that they can little bit decrease. I don't know.
You are hanging a little bit, actually. Sanya, you are hanging. You are frozen now.
Yeah, we can't hear you. It's quite broken.
What?
Yeah,
You were frozen.
I'm frozen.
But now it's okay. We can see you again.
Now?
Yeah, very well. We can hear you more clearly.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay. So
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, now we just want to be just to check okay. Mohammad is here. Michelle, let me see. Is Michelle here? No, still no. Stefano Berto. He was the last time also yesterday. He was late 1 hour.
At this point, I don't see any Stefano, you say?
Yeah,
No.
Stefano, but Stefano is not here. Yeah.
No.
Do we have any telephone number of Stefano? Okay.
I'll see, but yeah, he still has maybe a bit of time. I'll see.
Yeah. Okay. We have still 15 minutes, but
I'm sorry, may I ask, how do I get this nice background for me?
you just need to put, because I send to all addresses the background for the conference, and since I will not see me on the conference because I will be on the website. But Maria, you have any presentation? No.
No, I don't have a presentation.
No, so definitely you don't need the background.
Okay, yeah.
Because,
okay.
For the background is for the presenters.
Yeah,
so
okay.
We have Francesca Pilon, we have Ide and Edward, and also our students for the risk category, Michelle and
Okay, no worries then. Thank you.
Yeah, don't worry. You did you receive only what you need? It's you are jury member, so for the risk category, isn't it?
I have all the presentations, all the posters open now, and
no posters. Now you are not like I told you. You already give the grades for posters.
Yeah, I know.
You need to grade according to the sheets with the Bram send you. You need to grade the.
I understand. Yeah, I understand that. I
So
have the Excel file with me, but I kind of like to have the posters also, just to know what people did actually previously.
But be concentrated on the presentation.
Yes, absolutely, no worries.
Hi, Hede.
Hi there.
Hi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dear students, dear professors, dear jury members, dear guests, welcome to European Student Research Conference for Risk, Safety and Security 2025. I'm greeting you from the University of Applied Science, Velika Gorica. This fourth conference is organized by Conris Network, University of Applied Science, Velika Gorica, and Vives, University of Applied Science from Belgium. The 6 best students' works, bachelor's and master's thesis will be presented today, and our jury will decide and select the best one in each session, in each category. As we know, during the conference, we are going to have 2 sessions. The first one is going to be session risk and another one safety and security. My name is Ana Mirenic and I'll be guiding you through this conference. So once more, welcome and good luck to everyone. Now we will begin with the official opening ceremony, and I would like to invite Mr. Hide Young. Hide is the president of the Corporation Network for Risk, Safety and Security Studies. Mr. De Jong, good afternoon. Do you hear me?
Definitely, I hear you very well.
Okay, how are you today?
Oh, yes. I was unable to have my video turned on, but fortunately you turned it on. I'm very well. Thank you very much.
Now we can see each other. That's great. Yes. So I asked you, how are you today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
Okay, then as I can see, you are ready for your welcome speech. If that's so, please take the floor.
Thank you very much. As chairperson of Conris, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this 4th European Students Research Conference. Many thanks to our esteemed Conris partners, University of Applied Sciences Velika Gorica and Vives University of Applied Sciences, for organizing such an excellent opportunity to share knowledge on risk management. And also, thanks to FH Campus Wien, University of Applied Sciences, for inspiring the previous 3 editions of this conference. I would like to express my gratitude to our Conris partners in the jury as well. And of course, to you, all of our students. Well done to present your research on risk, safety and security. Now let me briefly introduce the Conris network. Conris is the European academic network of over 30 universities with accredited degree programs in risk, safety, and security management studies. Conris aims to increase safety and security in Europe through a cooperation in education and research. To do this, amongst others, we organize a disaster risk management week, a summer school, as well as a winter school, and of course, this 4th European Students Research Conference that you are currently attending. We believe sharing knowledge is key to handle uncertainty in a way that contributes to obtaining the outcomes we strive for. It is in conferences like these, where we take the time to really listen to each other, that we gain valuable new insights. I would like to share one of the insights that stood out for me this year. I would like to invite you to think about the question, how do you feel before you know you were wrong? Well, obviously, you thought you were right, only to find out in practice that your assumptions were incorrect. Practice, unfortunately, is always right. You can't argue with reality, although I may be wrong about that, of course. So how do we actually reduce risk when we cannot be sure whether our assumptions are right or wrong? And how certain can we be that our efforts lead to improved outcomes for the ones we care for? We can look at the number of incidents, but those are often unreliable due to reporting issues. Furthermore, the amount of misery we encounter is at an all-time low. So statistics will usually not help us to determine whether a decrease in accidents is due to measures we have taken or just a random fluctuation or a streak of good luck. Quite recent research developments indicate that the things leading up to minor incidents differ from the things that lead up to serious incidents and fatalities. So fixing minor issues can absorb a lot of your time and still not get you to the desired reduction in risk. Human error is still widely used as an explanation for accidents. And of course, there's always human error involved. However, it would be absurd to state that someone came to work to fall from height, cause an explosion, or fall victim to ransomware attack. Human error can never be the root cause of an accident. If you design a system in such a way that it requires humans to work flawlessly, you have done a terrible job. To quote St. Augustine, I err, therefore I am. Captain Hindsight's amazing ability of 2020 hindsight seems to have spread to many people not directly involved in accident investigation, stating, that's what he should have done, is adding insult to injury. Society at large has very low tolerance of things going wrong, at least in the Netherlands. Someone has to pay. More and more people want control over their destiny. So this is where, if you don't want me to ruin this, you stick your fingers in your ear and you say, na, 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 na. I'm going to ruin it for you anyway. You cannot control everything. We need to tolerate misfortune. But that does not mean that we are helpless. Upon looking into incident investigations over the summer, I found out that before I was even born, a researcher named William Haddon Jr. had already formulated 10 countermeasures. Digging a little deeper led me to the insight I want to share with you today. Upon looking at fatal incidents in highway traffic, Haddon stated, when someone dies because of a brief moment of distraction, this seems like too high a penalty to pay for being human. Since we are all human, we are going to make errors. Please control what is controllable to make sure distraction doesn't lead to disability or death. And when something goes wrong, despite our best efforts, be gentle for those involved, for they usually thought they were doing the right thing. To all participants, many thanks for your contribution to risk management. At some point in the future, someone may refer to an insight you have shared, as I have just referred to William Haddon Jr. and St. Augustine. Please take the time to really listen to the various contributions and make a note of something that furthers your understanding of risk. Perhaps even something with which you strongly disagree. Challenging your assumptions is a great way to learn. I wish you all a very lovely conference with valuable new insights. Thank you very much.
Dear Hide, thank you very much for this really inspired welcome speech, and we are sending greetings to you and to Netherlands. And we would like, if you have a time, you can stay with us. Yes, you will. Thank you very much. And our next speaker is Mr. Edward Banks, a member of the European Commission in Unit for Migration, Borders and Security. Mr. Banks, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Again, we are very pleased to welcome you at the opening of our conference, and we are looking forward to hear your presentation titled Protect the European Union, the European Internal Security Strategies. If you are ready, please take the floor.
Thank you. I will just share my screen for presentation. I hope that you can see it now.
Yes, and we can see that, but if you can make it bigger. Yes.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Here you go.
Yes, thank you. So I'm Edward Banks. I'm Policy Coordinator in the Secretariat General of the European Commission. So this is a service of the President of the European Commission, which helps to coordinate policies at a central level. And I'm presenting today the Protect EU strategy, which is on internal security. So this the strategy is a roadmap for action at the European Union level for the next 5 years. So during this mandate of the European Commission, and really sets out how security is a foundation for our freedoms, and how we need to protect citizens and also infrastructure from threats that are out there. So unlike safety, this is about people wanting to attack us and attack, for example, infrastructure or computer networks. So it was presented by Commissioner Brune, who you've seen the picture, and Vice President Virkkunen on 1st of April of this year. So the first part of this strategy is a promise to carry out integrated situational awareness and threat analysis. You may be aware already through your studies of risk assessments which try and quantify risks. Here, this is a bit more of a high-level general analysis that we would like to carry out, looking at what threats are out there, what common threats are faced by European member states. And the objective is to identify these challenges and to inform policymaking. So, for example, to see if there's a new type of threat which we need to respond to. There are many already analyses out there, and here on the screen there's one which has been done by Europol, the European Police Agency, focus on serious and organized crime. The second part of the strategy looks at strengthening EU security capacities. So first, strengthening the tools and also supporting European law enforcement is the objective under this pillar of the strategy. For example, one action which should be carried out by the end of this year is a proposal for a new mandate for Europol, so the European Police Agency, as I mentioned, to make it truly operational and reinforce its capacity to support member states. So here the idea is to double the amount of staff it has and also give it more capacity to support member states, for example, in forensics or data analysis, and in new areas of crime which are becoming more important, such as cybercrime or use of cryptocurrencies by criminal networks. Another part of this is also strengthening Frontex, so the Border Protection Agency, Eurojust, which helps to coordinate at the judicial level in Europe, and ENISA, which is the European Union Cybersecurity Agency. Another proposal which will come will be to create a new critical communication system. So this will be for police and emergency services who often can't communicate with each other when they cross borders. So if you think, for example, of an area like Belgium, Germany, or France, Luxembourg, it's got a few borders altogether, and sometimes emergency services have to cross these borders but aren't able to communicate with each other. And sometimes also services can't communicate within the same member states, for example, firefighters and police. So here the idea is to make one criminal communication system where they can all communicate with each other. There should also be new rules on access and retention of data, which is an important topic for police. Another pillar is resilience against hybrid threats and other hostile actors. Here, the aim is to reinforce the resilience of critical infrastructure with the Critical Infrastructure Resilience Directive, which is a piece of legislation, and also NIS2, which is for cybersecurity. So this is against physical threats, for example, sabotage, and also cybersecurity. There are other examples on the slide of initiatives in this area. One big topic at the moment is drones. You may have heard of a number of airports which have had to stop operations because of drones flying in the area, which obviously creates a lot of hassle and delays, and that we see as a threat to our critical infrastructure. Another pillar of the strategy is fighting serious and organized crime. So here there are different strategies and action plans in the making. For example, in December, there should be a new strategy and action plan on drugs and drugs trafficking, looking at the security aspect, but also prevention. So looking more at it from a health point of view, how to try and prevent the case of people taking drugs or becoming unhealthy because of drug consumption. Another initiative here will be new legislation against firearms trafficking. So trying to put in place laws which will help stop the trafficking of firearms within Europe from one state to another by criminal networks and also coming in from outside Europe. Another pillar will be combating terrorism and violent extremism. So the terrorist threat level of Europe within Europe remains high. We had large terrorist attacks in the last years, especially a decade ago. Actually, today marks the 10-year anniversary, fortunately, of the Bataclan attacks in France. So here the EU is looking at what more it can do in this area, and there will be a new EU agenda on preventing and countering terrorism and violent extremism. And here, for example, the European Commission may look at how to help member states prevent radicalization. So, for example, young people being radicalized and convinced to carry out acts of terrorism. Finally, another part of the strategy is also about not looking only inwards, but also outwards, and to work with international partners and boosting international cooperation to help enhance security. So here the idea is to strengthen partnerships with key regions such as Latin America and the Mediterranean region. For example, there is a project ongoing with Ecuador on how to better protect ports in the context of drug trafficking networks, trying to access ports to be able to put in drugs into containers which then go to Europe. So the aim here is to help each other and to prevent this from happening. There's also an aspect of international agreements between, for example, Europol and Eurojust and law enforcement authorities in other countries, and also strengthening information exchange with countries which hopefully have to be trusted since we are giving them sensitive information and trying to receive from them also sensitive information. So there must be a context of trust in this regard. So that's it from my side. I hope the presentation gives you interesting elements for today in terms of the discussions you will have, and also insight in what the European Union is doing and the European Commission is doing in terms of security. Thank you.
Mr. Banks, thank you very much for your presentation. It was really grateful, and thank you for shedding a light on this such important topic as you were talking about in your presentation. It's very important for all of us. Thank you very much. And of course, we would like to invite you, if you have time, of course, to stay with us, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we are going to move to the first session. It's going to be session risk. But before we hear students' works, we have the first keynote speaker. It's Professor Francesca Larese Filon. She's coming from University of Trieste from Italy. Francesca, can you hear me?
Sure, I can hear you. I cannot switch on my video. It said it's blocked by the host. Okay, it's going.
Okay.
No. Okay.
We are waiting you. Just easy, take a time.
Okay. Good morning to everyone. I'm very happy to be here, and I am here in a classroom with other students. So I'm going to share my presentation. One moment.
Okay, and
good.
In the meantime, I will just say the name of your presentation. It's called Health Effects on Workers and Gender-Related Implications. So when you're going to be ready, you can start, and thank you very much for your coming.
Okay, thank you very much for the invitation. I'm going to speak about reprotoxics in workplaces and focusing on gender differences. So I am an occupational physician, and this topic is one of what we are working on. What is reproductive toxicity? We have some definition, and is direct and specific effects on sexual function and fertility. And this includes the alteration to the reproductive system, such as the injury to the female and male reproductive cells, adverse effect on onset of puberty, production and transport of gamete, sperm and eggs, reproductive cycle normality, sexual behavior, fertility, partition, so how child is birth is, pregnancy outcomes, and premature reproductive senescence, aging, so menopause precautions, modification in other functions that are dependent on the integrity of the reproductive system, and effect on babies through lactation. So a lot of things, and that are critical because we know that we have is lowering our fertility in Europe, and so it's critical also to verify this kind of exposure or exposure to substances that can affect the reproductive system. So how we can measure these things and the effect that can have some reprotoxic substances. Here we are some example. For example, we have infertility rate. So the failure to produce a live birth after 1 year of unprotected inter, or inability to conceive after 1 year of unprotected intercourse, or C, inability to produce a clinical recognizable pregnancy after 1 year of unprotected intercourse. Or we can study time to pregnancy, that is the time interval between the start of unprotected intercourse and a clinical recognizable pregnancy. We can use the standardized birth ratio that normally we have from statistical data. We have to verify confounding factors because we have occupational exposure, environmental exposure, lifestyle factors, medical condition that can affect infertility, and obviously sexual activity. And the topic for an occupational physician is to assess the exposure to reprotoxic substances that need to be checked to evaluate effects on workers and to protect workers to avoid this kind of exposure that can have effect on the system of fertility. Normally, we find on the labeling for this kind of substances, and the symbol is you see with a man with a star inside, and the hazard statement in the group of carcinogens and mutagens, because reprotoxis has an H phrases that is slightly higher from this kind of group of substances. So it means H360, so may damage fertility of the unborn child. And here we have substances in category 1A or 1B. And then in category 2, we have the H361 definition, so suspected of damaging fertility of the unborn child. And finally, H362 are related to effects on or via lactation. So it's the first things we have to do is to check substances that are used in the workplace to verify the presence of reprotoxic substances. There are some substances that are already in group A, so more dangerous. The first one is lead, with effect both in female and male. And we know, and in example, in Italy is forbidden the exposure to lead for a pregnant woman to protect them on this reprotoxic effect. Another, warfarin is a drug. Carbon monoxide is a gas to which can be exposed workers. Methyl mercury, exposure is not likely now in a workplace because we remember that mercury is not allowed to be used to produce things. Then 1,2-dibromochloropropanone and some other substances. And then we have some examples of group 1B where we found, for example, benzoapyrene, so polycycle hydrogenated hydrocarbon, or ethoxyethanol, that is a solvent, or methoxyethanol is solvent used commonly for varnishing water-based or industrial detergents, so it's good for cleaning, but is classified as a reprotoxics. Dinoterb salts, so are pesticide, and dimethylformamide is another solvent used to produce the false leather. We have in this group of substances 36 substances that can cause alteration in fertility, 139 substances that can cause alteration in the development, and 67 substances that can cause both.
Professor Fillon, could you
yes?
please excuse me? Could you please excuse me if you could speed up a little, please? You have 3 minutes to the end of the presentation.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much.
Talk about gender differences, sure, because if we have to consider genders can have a different effect in exposure to reprotoxics, because the two genders have two different hormone system, and effect on male are related to infertility and sperm alteration, while effect on women are on fertility, but also in child development and so on. We know that pharmacological capability of substances are different in the two gender, and there are many data in literature that try to explain differences between two gender on exposure to reprotoxic substances. Here we see the different substances that are present in enriched male and female serum. We can see that there are many differences, and also pharmacokinetic and gender are different because for women we have a lower renal clearance and a different distribution for substances inside and different in metabolism, meaning that susceptibility to reprotoxic substances can be different between male and female. I think that my time is finished, so I thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope this presentation will be inspiring to study much more on reprotoxic substances. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Fillon, for your great and valuable work. Thank you very much. Professor Fillon was our first keynote speaker, our invited speaker on this conference. And now we are starting with students' presentations. As I already said, we are going to hear 3 students' work in this first session. That's a session risk. The students, as you know, you have 10 minutes for present your poster. And for participants, just notice that you can send questions if you have to the website of the conference. So, session risk is starting. And I will call student Hamidreza Mohammadi. Hamidreza Mohammadi, are you with us?
Yes.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, and also
Hi,
we can hear you and we can see you. Thank you for coming. Hamidreza is coming from University of Genoa, and his topic is understanding complex hot and dry dynamics. A case study of the 2022 drought in the Upper Adige River Basin is going to be master thesis. So you have 10 minutes, Hamidreza Mohammadi. Take the floor, please.
Okay. Can you see everything? Is it clear?
Please.
Okay. Good day, everyone. My name is Hamidreza Mohammadi. I got my master's in engineering for natural risk management in University of Genoa. Today, I'm going to present you what I did during my master thesis. This project was part of a bigger project, EO4 Multi-Hazard. It was funded by European Space Agency. I did it in Esrc research. The topic is understanding complex hot and dry dynamics, a case study of 2022 drought in Upper Adige River Basin. It was done under supervision of Professor Boni in University of Genoa in Italy, Dr. Terzi in Esrc Research in Italy, and Dr. D'Angeli in University de Lorraine in France. What happened in 2022 showed that it was one of the hottest summers on record that claimed over 60,000 lives. It was widest drought in 500 years, and many rivers like Rhine, Po, and Adige hit historical low flow. There were some difficulties in hydropower and agriculture. Also, there were a couple of wildfires that burned areas around like 750,000 hectares. And they were mostly focused in Mediterranean and Alpine region. But my focus is in this place, which is on the northeast part of the Italy, the Bolzano or Upper Adige River Basin. What was happening there exactly? According to the media and local newspapers, first there were not enough snowfall in 2022. Then later in the spring there were little rain and the record heat. Then in the summer the impacts were more sensible in the agriculture sector, with impacts over the apples and orchards, than in the hydroelectric basins, and also there were a couple of wildfires as well in the same region. And as you saw here, the 2022 drought, heatwave, and wildfire event were results of many factors and their interaction that impacted on multiple sectors, including forest, agriculture, energy, health, and water. We're talking about many factors. We're not talking about hazards only. We're talking about cascading, potential impacts, adaptation, vulnerabilities, exposure, and maladaptations. So we need a tool to categorize this complexity And impact chain is the one that we can use for mapping these interactions. Impact chains are conceptual systematic models that follows the comprehensive risk framework for a specific climate risk in a given context. It is a tool that shows the chains of cause and effect relationships, and its links hazard to exposures, vulnerabilities, and impacts. It is a very useful tool for finding adaptation strategies as well. For building my impact chain, I studied 98 individual resources, including the news, scientific publications, and technical reports, to find out about different factors of hazards, impact, vulnerability, and adaptations. And let me show you what an impact chain looks like. At the top, we have different types of factors called hazards: rainfall deficit in spring and summer, snow deficit in winter. Then we have Then we have different impacts like early melting in spring and so on. But hazards are connected to the impacts. However, impacts are allowed to connect it to different impacts as well. And at the end, we have finally the risk of unmet household agriculture and hydropower water demand due to the drought. In the meanwhile, we have different types of vulnerabilities. I group them in two: management vulnerabilities, like poor upstream, downstream coordination in water management; resource vulnerabilities, like lack of diversification in the water resources. There are different elements exposed to this situation, like soil, lake, river, and groundwater. And also there are different sectors like forest, agriculture, and energy. I'm going to mention that I have the same detailed types of impact chain for all the other sectors mentioned here. However, for the sake of timing, I'm just going to stick to this water impact chain. Together with the experts in URAC research, I've selected some of the impacts in my impact chain and tried for the first time to characterize it with the numerical data. As an example, we have the increased stream flow and decreased stream flow factors. That in the blue, you can see the actual daily runoff values, and in the red, which is the threshold, we have a threshold based on 20 percentile of the period of the 1996 till 2023 for each day of the year. And any values below this threshold is considered as an anomaly. And as you can see here, there was a notable runoff deficit in the summer. For another factor, for example, high temperature, we have a different types of threshold and exceedance over the threshold. For example, we have the above average temperature throughout the whole year for the year 2022. Another example, the snow deficit. You can see here that the snow in 2002 started pretty earlier than expectations. It didn't snow that much, and it melted away earlier than expected as well. Now that we know the problem, what are the adaptation options for the water sector that can reduce vulnerability to compound drought even? There are different adaptations that was mentioned by different types of resources. One of them that was mentioned many times was increasing reservoirs and dam constructions to mitigate drought impact in agricultures. Now that we know that adaptation, but are there any examples of maladaptation that are evident in the literature and practice? For those of you who don't know what is maladaptation, suppose we have a vulnerability type 1, we have an adaptation to decrease this vulnerability, but this adaptation can cause maladaptation in a sense that it can increase the first vulnerability called rebounding vulnerability, or it can make another type of vulnerability called vulnerability type 2 or shift its vulnerabilities. Water scarcity not only limits access to the water, but also it heightens conflicts among multiple users. Maladaptation can occur when strategies like dam building are not done in a sustainable way. It can worsen ecological harm and reduce flexibility, especially if we are avoiding demand-side reforms. As an example, increasing reservoir and dam construction to mitigate drought impacts on agriculture can cause agricultural expansion to the higher altitudes, intensifying future water conflicts among the river, and finally, it can make poor upstream, downstream coordination in water management. All of them are the results of preference to the supply management rather than demand management. In this thesis, what we did was we advanced the impact chain framework within the EO4 multi-hazard project. We advanced this impact chain from purely conceptual to more quantitative and data-driven analysis to conduct a forensic analysis of the complex multisectoral event. And we conducted the first exploration of the adaptation measures using the impact chain framework, drawing on literature to identify potential maladaptation strategies and their associated feedback loops. Thank you for your attention.
Okay. Hamid, thank you very much. You were excellent. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to call student Suska Michelle.
I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you, we can see you. Suska is coming from University of Trieste, and her bachelor thesis has a name, Sustainable Mobility and Analysis at Homework Commutes as a Tool for Accident Prevention. Susha, you have 10 minutes. Take the floor, please.
Okay. Allora, my thesis title is Sustainable Mobility and Analysis of Home to Work Travel Plan as a Tool for Accident Prevention. The introduction, the climate change is a poses at threat to our planet. The healthcare sector alone is responsible for 10% of global gas emission, without kept in consideration the staff transport and the patient logistic. My thesis had three different objectives. The evaluate employs the commute to assess the environmental impact and the risk associated with the road accident, update the Institute Home Work Travel Plan, and analyze INAIL database accident to compare them with the accident database to occur in the institute, in the hospital. The material and method I use to study the commuting accident is a different database. You see a database of the World Health Organization for the European transport, and a different database of INAIL, and the database of Institute. I study 5 different year period for 2019 for 2033. The material and method I use to study the home work travel plan is a questionnaire. The questionnaires is in collaboration with the local transport University of Trieste and the Institute Hospital Burlo Garofalo of Trieste. And the questionnaire is divided in 5 different parts. The first part represents personal information about the employees, for example, the age range, the professional qualification, and the relationship with the institute. The second part represent information about to work, the hour to start work, the end of the work, and the workplace location. The third part represent a smart working part, and the fourth part represent to work travel plan. In this part, there is a lot of question. For example, the type of vehicle the employee use to work, or if he use a public transport like a bus, and if they use a private vehicle, what type the ecological class of the vehicle. And the 5th part is called the wheel change of the mobility to work travel plan. Let's start by discussing the result of the survey that were given to the staff. You see in this slide a total of 398 employees completed the questionnaire. It emerged that 2,089 employees, approximately 34%, use their own private vehicle, and 47.40% of them stated that this was due to the travel time between home and work, while 11.07% state that is due to the lack of the alternative. The participants who respond that they traveled to work using their own private vehicle were asked to indicate the type of private vehicle they own. The 58.48% own a petrol vehicle, 27.68% own a diesel vehicle, while only 0.35% own an electric vehicle. Of 119 employees, approximately 14% say they use public transportation, but only 18.49% say they use it because they have no alternative. In this slide, you can see a map to showing the municipalities of Trieste. The table provides the geographic distribution of the participants. Most of them, about 71.86%, live in the city center of Trieste, and yet prefer to use their private vehicle rather than the public transport like a bus. For the last question, in the fifth part of the questionnaire, the participants were asked whether they were in favor of creating a direct line between the train station in the city of center of Trieste and the hospital. And you can see that the 77.67% of workers express their approval, while 22.33% express their disapproval. In this slide, we can see in the first graph the injury trend in the hospital Esrc Burlo Garofalo of Trieste from 2019 to 2023, and we can see how accident halved in 2023. And in the second graph, we can see that the distinction between the accident, the blue column, and the community accident in the orange column between female and male workers is very different. In particular, we can see increase in commuting accident among women workers in 2023 compared to 2022. In the end, the conclusion, the introduction of a new public transport line between a train station in center of Trieste and the hospital would surely benefit hospital workers, but also patients who need to get to the hospital. And this connection could have a very positive impact on the quality of life of the population and the environmental impact of a road accident caused by the high number of vehicles on the road, and making road safety as a topic great importance argument today. And I finish the presentation.
Thank you, Suska. This is very interesting topic. Can you tell us why you decide to write just about such topic?
Decide just because the car accident, I think today it is an important argument, and so I would like to contribute for my thesis for this argument, so I hope to.
Okay, thank you so much. So see you later. And now just one notice for our participants, please don't forget, you also can send some questions to our website of the conference, and ask something your colleagues, ask something students about their thesis, about their bachelor's or master's thesis. And now we have one presentation left in this session risk. So I would like to invite student Stefano Berto. Stefano, are you with us? Stefano Berto.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, we
Hi,
can
nice to
hear
meet
you.
you.
But,
Just a moment.
yes, we are waiting.
Okay.
Okay, hello. Stefano is coming from University of Trieste, and his bachelor thesis is implementation of water safety plan through analysis of the new ICIAN 2232 guidelines for water safety in healthcare company with a focus on lead in the Asuji drinking water network. So you have 10 minutes, Stefano, please take the floor.
Okay, just a moment. Okay. I don't know what you see. I hope so that you see my slide.
Yes, we can see your slide.
You can see everything?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
We can see everything.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe,
So, yeah.
maybe just make main slide bigger, or it's okay.
Oh,
Yes, please.
okay.
You can go on.
Okay, so I'm Stefano Berto. I'm a student from Trieste of University of Trieste, and
Stefano.
yeah.
Stefano, we lost your presentation.
Oh, wait. You can see now?
Just take it easy. No, not yet. Yes, now it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, just stay like that.
Okay, sorry. So my thesis was my title for what thesis you can see is Water Safety Plan is a comprehensive analysis of the new ICIAN 2232. It is a guideline for water safety in a healthcare facility with a particular focus on the characterization of lead in the Asuji potable water supply network. And what do you mean? What is the Water Safety Plan? WPS is a document that introduced by the World Health Organization (WHO) in 2005 to ensure the microbiological and chemical safety of water intended for human consumption. Because is prevent and reduce health hazard associated with the consumption of contaminated water, ensure compliance with current regulation, and improve the management and safety of the water network from the abstraction point until distribution. Water safety plan are an investment in public health because they significantly help protect against disease associated with the consumption of contaminated water. This brings us closer to goal 6 of the Agenda 2030. The point is the water safety plan in the goal is the number 6. And the main employment places of the water safety plan, the first is team information, 2, description of the water system, 3, identification of hazard, microbiological, chemical, and physical, and the risk assessment, 4, planning of control measures, 5, monitoring and verification, and 6, revision of the plan. We have the water safety plan, we have the 6 points important, the start for describe the water safety. The second is identify the risk, identify the control measures, implement the control measures, monitor and maintain, and review and adapt, of course. What is the benefit and the critical issues of the water safety plan adoption is better risk management, protection of public health, especially when it comes to vulnerable patients, regulatory compliance with the European and the national directives, and a reduction of costs related to long-term water emergency. The critical issues in WSP's implementation The third is high initial cost. It's really expensive for the first time. Structure and training investment, building, and the second is operational complexity, coordinating different technical skills among multiple operating entities. And the three is a resistance to change, difficulty and in adapting to new management approach. This is on 22 national guidelines, a fundamental reference. You can see the picture that published by the Italian National Institute of Health in 2022 improve the management of water risk in the healthcare facility with constant monitoring and contain detailed operation guidelines for WSP implementation. Focus on the international safety of water networks and the management of specific contaminants like lead. Lead contaminants risk management, well, because presence of lead in obsolete water networks. In US, usually we have a lot old building. Health risk networks affect particularly for the children and pregnant women. And the current limit is 10 microgram per liter, with the need to progressively reduce concentration to 5 microgram per liter, starting from 2036. Before we ask, I'm talking about the Agenda 2036. Frequency of control, lead monitoring, frequency of checks, sampling is currently carried out twice a year by Azugi. Azugi is un'azienda sanitaria universitaria Giuliano Isontina, here in FVG. Quarterly checks entrusted to a contract company responsible for the maintenance of a drinking water system in Azugi facilities. But of course, not just lead, because we have in the water not just lead, but Legionella, arsenic, pH, and something else. About the study methodology, in laboratory analysis, we have a accredited laboratory. All analyses are carried about out an accredited laboratory here in Trieste, ensuring the reliability for the result. Analytical methods compliant with current regular are used about the UNI ISO. We can see here the table, and we look and checking in different streets of Trieste, and we can see that we have a percentual of lead elevate not in every build, but is important because 3, 4, 5, or 6 bid, they are more than 10. And so the risk is discussion, the study limit is small sampling, and lack of analysis of the values from the contracted company. For the conclusion, planning new sampling, location, choice of a collection point, identification from critical areas, intervention, compliance with regulation to ensure full adherence to the ISDISAN 2232 with the lines, integration with the regional health policies, extension of course of lead monitoring to other regions, and personnel information and training, continuous research, tools, filters, materials, cleaning, and implementation of students. Thank you for your attention, and if you have questions, I'm here.
Stefano, thank you very much. So, very important topic also. So what do you think about the available of drinking water at all?
Sorry, can you repeat?
I ask you, what do you think, how much is important to have available drinking water?
It's really important because we have in order to have all the line building and the structure inside for the water is really old. So it's really important that we have new and the change and the reconstruction this building for have a good water for everybody.
Okay, and the Sugi River can get that drinking water for Trieste and around places?
Just Trieste.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much for your presentation, Stefano.
You're welcome.
I will I will just ask if Suska is with us yet, because we have a question for her.
Okay.
Suska, are you here? Since we have still time in this session, I have one question for you, but we missed that question. So, has the direct transportation line been established or just presented? If presented, to whom and what was their reaction?
No, sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, of course. Has the direct transportation line been established or just presented? If presented, to whom and what was their reaction?
No, the transportation of the Trieste train in the center of Trieste to the hospital today it not working for that moment. I hope in the future for the collaboration with the institute and the public transport we can find a solution for the direct transport for the people, for the patient and work it for the train station to the hospital.
Thank you. Yes, we do hope so. So many towns and countries has the same or similar problems. Thank you very much, Suska. And now we will take a break, 10 minutes, so that the jury could vote. See you back in 10 minutes. Nemo još. Welcome back. We have results, and the jury will announce the winner of the first session of the session risk. And the results will be presented by John Ackerele. John, are you with us? Yes, we can hear you. We can see you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to join you today at the European Student Research Conference 2025. So my name is John Ackerele, and I am from the University of Portsmouth, and I'm delighted to announce the winner for the risk category. This category recognizes students who have demonstrated outstanding academic rigor, originality, and also reference to addressing complex related risk topics as well. So well done to everyone that has participated as well. So now to the result. In third place, we congratulate Stefano Berto from the University of Trish. And in second place, the award goes to Michel Suska from University of Trish as well. And the final place, which is the first place, we are proud to recognize Amit Mohammed from the University of Genoa. So congratulations to you all. And I would hand over to the chair of the session. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. And of course, we congratulate to all students, Suska and Stefano. And of course, thank you very much and congratulations to Hamid Mohammed. So Hamid, my question is very simple. How do you feel at the moment? Can you share that with us?
No, thank you so much for this. And obviously very happy. And I can see that my research some is seen, and I'm really feeling proud by that. Thank you so much.
Maybe you can take opportunity and thanks to your mentor, professor.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, I want to take the opportunity to thank all three of my supervisors, Professor Boni in University of Genoa, Dr. Terzi in URAC research, also all the other experts in the URAC research that helped me through this. And for sure, my other mentor, Professor D'Angeli from the University of Lorraine in France. Also, I want to thank the jury for this situation, and thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes, you were excellent, such as your colleagues. All of you had very, very similar results. All of you were very close. So thank you so much, and I hope that you will stay with us to the end of this conference, since you have opportunity to listen your other colleague students. And we are going now to the second session, Safety and Security. As we heard in the first session, we also have opportunity to listen to 3 students' works. And for students, just notice they have 10 minutes for your presentations. And just for participants, please send the questions if you have for your colleagues, students. And now just one more notice for all students. So I would like to tell you that University of Applied Science Velika Gorica is awarding you with free participation in the crisis management camp in June 2026, as well as in the crisis management days conference next year. So all details you will get by email, and I'm sure that we will see you next year. And now we are starting with the second category. Second session, security and safety. I hope that all students are ready, and we will start with student Alessia Molinaro. Alessia?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see you and we can hear you also. Alessia is coming from University of Trieste. She has a bachelor thesis named Safety Training for Workers, experience in a local company to enhance health and safety skills in the workplace. So, Alessia, you have 10 minutes and please take the floor.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alessia Molinaro, and today I will speak about my bachelor thesis of last year, 2024, that is called Safety Training for Workers, an experience in a local company to enhance health and safety skills in the workplace. But before talking about the project itself, I think it's important to start with the context in which this project took place. We are in Illy Cafe, a famous coffee brand that I think we all know. This study has involved 48 workers from the retail area that like the working in sales as well as bar and restaurant services, and 74 factory workers belonging to the traditional and single serving products, for a total of 122 workers who took part in this project. As main project objectives, there were the determinate the level of knowledge gaps in the theme of workplace health and safety, and also verify the effectiveness of the training methodologies applied. This training methods covered both the operational and theoretical aspects of the work, thanks also to the prevention and protection service. All this was achieved through on-the-job training using task sheets that were tailored to the specific needs of the workers, and also skill assessment through post and pre-training questionnaires. And with this pre-training questionnaire, we wanted to evaluate the knowledge retention and after the training, and also the pre-knowledge that the workers had before the training. The materials we used consisted of two main documents developed for this project. One of them that you can see on my left side of the presentation, and that will flow during most of my presentation, is the questionnaire that was addressed to the employees, which is a nominal questionnaire. So the workers were asked to write down a name and surname to be more specific, actually, of the worker that were involved in this project. And it was made with 17 questions, of which 5 were personal ones, and 12 were scored on a 100-point scale. For simplicity, we can group these 12 graded question in 5 groups that were risk individuation and also risk perception, use of protective and collective protective equipment, emergency management, knowledge of health and safety regulation, and all the rights and duties of both workers and their supervisor. A second key document of the project was actually the training sheets, which you can also see on my left side of the presentation. And these training sheets were developed based on risk assessment documents for area, but also for job role and also for tasks. And it included also company procedures. And as we can see, the sheets also included section about machinery and equipment risks and work-related specific risks, and also all the preventive and protective measures to reduce those risks. The training sheets were also included several reporting and documentation elements designed to track all these activities, resulting in over 400 tasks sheets that were made for this project. But let's now move to the results of this study. The first overview shows the pre-training phase. As we can see at first glance, the retail area had like greater gaps, as we can see with the orange line, had greater gaps rather than the industrial area, so that we can see with the blue line. And this data can be explained with one of the personal questions we asked to the workers. And as shown in this table near this chart, the question about company seniority shows us that the company seniority of retail and industry is almost opposite. So we can see that in retail, over 70% of the workers involved had been in the company for less than 2 years. And while in industry, 54.1% of the workers had been employed for more than 10 years. So as we can see, the highest percentages are positioned at opposite ends. But let's take a closer look at the questionnaire results for the retail area during the pre-training phase. And we see a closer look to the groups of questions that didn't actually reach the 60%, so it's below the acceptable score for us. And we can see that the group of questions was the group of risk, so job risk identification, but also risk perception, but also didn't reach the minimum score, the part of knowledge of personal and collective protection equipment and devices, but also the PPE that were used to perform their job roles, and also what to do in case of equipment failure, didn't reach the 60%. And finally, also the rights and duties of the worker and the supervisor. In the post-training phase, we observed significant and necessary improvements across all the groups. There is still room for further improvements, but overall we were really satisfied with the results. Moving to the industry, we can see the overall pre-training results. That is actually at first glance also better than the retail area, but there are some groups that have still room for improvement. So we can see that the groups that didn't score the 60% minimum score were the job risk identification, but also job risk perception, and also the rights and duties of a worker and supervisor. In the post-training phase, the industrial area, the improvement is like less pronounced actually, because the initial knowledge was really good, but actually the groups that had the lower scores really improved. So also in this case, we are really satisfied about that. And in this last part, as a final slide, I would say, I'd like to show an overview of total pre and post-training results, both for the retail and the industry. As we can see, the retail started from much lower average, but also achieved the greatest overall improvement. And the industrial sector, however, which started with a very good average, we can see over 69 out of 10 points. That's really good result. Still showed a positive increase. To conclude my presentation, I would like to say that this is only the first step of a process that can be further developed also by joining with a new training approaches and new innovative approaches, and also the contribution of new technologies that actually we have, and also maybe the use of AI that can be really good for us and really effective also in the safety, health and safety environment. And also this initiatives has been addressed to a key issue also that we can say is the worker accountability, and has made it possible to create a skill matrix for the trained employees to have a more specific target for future development. And with that, I conclude my presentation. Thank you all for your attention, and I have room for some questions if you'd like.
Thank you, Alessia. It was an excellent
you.
presentation. And could you tell us the reason why did you choose so atypical topic, I would say, for a young girl as you?
Well, I had a greater opportunity to do a 5 months stage in Ili Cafe, which is a really important brand, a really great industry and factory. There are a lot of activities, and I'm down for safety and health and safety themes more than other themes. So I really liked to do this kind of presentation about this one, because also I think that really good training methodologies and really good methods of approach with the worker are really key to improve our level of health and safety in the workplace. Because if we don't speak the language of the worker, we cannot pass any concept. We can do a lot of trainings, but if we don't speak the language of the worker, they will not hear anything but blah blah blah. And so people talking about laws or also concepts that are too difficult and not practical. So I wanted to make this project also really practical. So procedures, factory procedures that they already had, but also improve with other strategies that can be found in also some pedagogic, I don't say pedagogic for adults, like themes that can be improved and that can be improved in the future, also to give workers a more specific also training based on their necessities. So that's why I wanted to like highlight these themes.
Alessia, thank you for all of
Thank
that
you.
information, and thank you for your opinion. Thank you so much. And now we are going to hear the last presentation in this session Security and Safety. And I will invite student Andreas Alquist Ingemundsen.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can sound, we can picture, we have everything. So Andreas is coming from UiT, the Arctic University of Norway, and he has a master thesis named the cybersecurity risk in Norwegian agriculture and the influence of national food security. Andreas, you have 10 minutes. If you are ready, you can start. We are waiting to hear you. Andreas, yes.
Hello.
Hello
Sorry.
again.
Yeah, hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you so
This is
much.
for the luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, so my name is Andreas Alquist Ingemundsen, and today I will present the key results from my master thesis completed at the Arctic University of Norway in June this year. So I did my master thesis on cybersecurity risk in Norwegian agriculture and the influence on national food security. And while the empirical case is Norway, the argument is broader and it looks at highly digital and closely integrated food systems, increasingly exposed to cyber risks. So across Europe, agriculture has rapidly adopted robots, new devices, cloud platforms, and integrated management and supply systems. This has increased efficiency, but also made the industry more dependent on solutions vulnerable to cyber attacks. Norway is a good example as it combines a highly digital agricultural sector with relatively low food self-sufficiency and strong reliance on imports from other countries. This combination makes Norway sensitive to disruptions and serves as a preview of the challenges that other countries may soon face. At the same time, policy discussions tend to treat agriculture, digital security, and food security as separate silos. So my motivation was to bring these perspectives together and look at the agricultural value chain as a critical digital infrastructure instead of just traditional primary production. The thesis asked what cybersecurity risks threaten Norwegian agriculture and national food security, and what strategies could be implemented to address those challenges. So the thesis aimed to identify key cybersecurity risks in the agricultural sector, analyze their potential impacts on food production and supply chains, and provide recommendations for integrating cybersecurity into food security and contingency planning. Theoretically, the study integrated risk management theory, supply chain resilience, and socio-technical system perspective to understand not only the technical vulnerabilities, but also the governance and organizational behavior and the human factors around it. To explore the questions, I used a qualitative exploratory design. I did in-depth interviews with 3 primary groups with concrete experience in the agricultural sector, farmers and producers, agricultural technology and service providers, but also researchers and experts on the field. I used the hermeneutic phenomenological thematic approach, moving back and forth between the data and the bigger picture, and combining the themes that emerge from the data with theoretical aspects. So the first key finding is on threats and vulnerabilities. The thesis shows that rapid digitalization has created what I conceptualize as digitalization debt, and that is when technology is getting more complex, but security hasn't kept up. So there were three main patterns that emerged from the data. Weak baseline controls, such as shared accounts, default password, missing multi-factor authentication, limited logging, and outdated systems that remained common at farm level. Trust and responsibility gaps, as smaller actors believe that the vendors handle the security, but the vendors put the responsibility back on the users. This misalignment leaves parts of the value chain unmanaged from a security perspective. Also, the expanding attack surface as dependence on cloud services, remote access, and new devices introduces multiple new entry points for ransomware, espionage, and data manipulation. So an attack on a shared platform or a software provider could impact many agricultural organizations at the same time. Second, the thesis connects these vulnerabilities to food security outcomes using a three-level lens. So at the macro level, attacks on operational technology, such as milking, feeding, and climate control, can halt operations within hours. Here, the distinction between losing control of administrative systems and losing control of operational systems is crucial, where the operational systems can directly affect animal welfare and production lines. Next, at the meso level, incidents at slaughterhouses, cooperatives, and shared data platforms can trigger cascading effects, such as logistic breakdowns, delayed deliveries, and temporary shortages. But at the macro level, a coordinated or prolonged disruption across several key actors in the sector could undermine national food supply and crisis preparedness. Import capacity provides a short-term buffer, but cannot replace the need for a robust and domestic production with secure infrastructure in the long run. This perspective links the findings to supply chain resilience theory, showing that resilience depends not only on the backup capacity of physical operations, but also the strength of the digital systems that coordinates them. Third, the thesis identifies significant gaps in preparedness and governance. The lack of formal contingency plans, as most farms and smaller actors rely on ad hoc problem solving, such as call the vendor with no predefined incident procedures. Single points of failure, as when centralized or shared platforms lack options for manual backups, operation becomes vulnerable. Fragmented responsibility, as larger organizations often have structured cybersecurity programs. The smaller actors do little or nothing in this regard, and no one has a full overview across the whole value chain. And this confirms the weakest link viewpoint from resilience theory and illustrates that socio-technical point that vulnerabilities arise not only from technology, but from unclear roles and assumptions across the value chain. The recommendations translate these findings into a multi-layered resilience approach that is relevant far beyond Norway. Raise the security baseline in everyday practice with unique accounts, MFA, and basic network hygiene. These are low-cost, high-impact controls that directly address observed failures. Security by design and vendor accountability. Technology providers should implement secure systems. Regulators and industry bodies can support this through minimum standards for agricultural technology and important shared platforms. Build cyber awareness and risk culture. integrate cybersecurity into advisory services and training, treating people as an important part of the security architecture. Develop concrete contingency plans and manual fallbacks, manual procedures for key operations and offline backup, expect failure and design systems that can handle failure, and coordinate at the sector level with information sharing, joint exercises, and better division of responsibility between authorities, cooperatives, vendors, and farmers. The thesis argues for treating agriculture as critical infrastructure and embedding it into national cybersecurity strategies, not leaving each actor to cope alone. So, to conclude, the thesis demonstrates that cybersecurity risks threatening food security emerge from the interplay between advanced technologies and the rise of this technology, highly integrated supply chains, and inconsistent security practices. Conceptually, the thesis connects cybersecurity and food security by outlining how cyber incidents in agriculture have effects from the micro to the macro level, by introducing the ideas of digitalization depth and trust gaps as key vulnerabilities, and by showing how risk management, supply chain resilience, and the socio-technical system perspective together offer a useful framework for understanding and addressing these risks. So for stakeholder, the takeaway is pretty clear. If you want resilient food system, we must treat the digital backbone of agriculture as serious as we treat land, water, and logistics. That means proactive security, shared responsibility, and integrated policies. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Andreas. You connected very successfully cybersecurity and Norwegian agriculture. It's also a typical topic for one student. Please tell us what is the reason? Why did you choose such a topic?
Good question. It's very little research on this topic, so I think that was one of the reasons. But also the world we are living in. There are hybrid wars, and we need to plan the food supply and manage the security in new ways than before. So I think, yeah, the combination of that, and also the self-sufficiency in Norway is very bad compared to other European countries. So that's also a factor.
Okay, good explanation. Thank you so much again. And now I made a mistake. Andreas, it wasn't the last student in this session. Andreas was the second one. And the last one in the session Security and Safety is Gabriel Catalini. Gabriel, can you hear me?
Hi, good evening.
Good afternoon. We are waiting just for your picture. Gabriel is coming. Okay. So Gabriel Catalini is coming from University of Trieste. We are going to listen his bachelor thesis named Cultural Differences in Workplace Safety Methods for More Activity Training Delivery. Gabriel, if you are ready.
Yes, you see.
We can see your presentation, but if you can just make it bigger.
Yes.
First slide. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we have your presentations, but you don't. We can see you, but that's okay.
Okay. So
please, if you are ready, you can start.
Yes. So my name is Gabriel Catalini, and today I'm going to talk you about my research called Cultural Differences in Workplace Safety Method for Better Training. The study was done with Professor Giovanni Carrosio and Dr. Gianluca Liut at University of Trieste. And my work looked at how cultures and languages can change the way people understand safety rules at work. especially in Asian restaurants in Italy. In the last few years, many freelance workers have come to Italy, and a lot of them now work in Asian restaurants. In Friuli Giulia, the number of Asian restaurants grew by 25% between 2018 and 2023. This is positive for the economy, but it also creates new challenges because workers from different countries may have different ideas about safety. Many foreign workers have languages problems and sometimes don't understand Italian safety rules very well. According to INAIL, foreign workers have a 30% higher risk of having an accident at work. They means that good communication and clear training are very important to keep everyone safe. This research had two main goals. The first one to study how differences cultures see and understand safety work. And the second one to check if using video without words could help foreign workers learn safety rules better than normal lessons. We made two training groups. The first group had training, they had the traditional lesson with a cultural mediator who explained the rules. And the second group had the same lesson plus short videos showing correct and incorrect behaviors at work. All workers did 3 tests before, after, and 30 days later. We use Gmovie and Excel to study the results. The results show big difference between cultures. Italian workers got higher scores because they already knew more about Italian rules. All groups learned something, but Pakistan and Bangladeshi workers improved less. This shows that languages and cultures still make learning difficult. We thought that video would make learning easier, but the results were surprising. The people who saw video did not learn better. In fact, some did a little worse. So video alone are not enough. They help only with there is also a teacher or mediator who can explain what is happening. Safety is not only rules, it's also about culture. In Eastern countries, people see safety more as a personal responsibility. So even if everyone watches the same video, they may understand it differently. Training needs to be adapted to the culture with simple languages, translator, and explainers to make sense for each group. The study showed that cultural differences are not real and they affect safety at work. It also showed that video are not a magic solution. They can help, but only when combined with clear explanation and cultural mediation. The best way to teach safety is to mix different tools, traditional lesson, visuals, and open discussion, so that all workers can understand, remember, and apply what they learn. The goal is simple: to build a shared culture of safety, where everyone, Italian or foreign, can know how to protect themselves and others. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Gabriel. We don't have your picture, but anyway, I have one question. Could you please explain us why did you choose your topic, your bachelor thesis with this name?
Yes, because I do training in a Asian restaurant, so I see the problem and I choose this topic.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. We have heard 3 students' presentations, 2 bachelor's and 1 master thesis. And now I would like to invite, before jury's vote, Professor Marcella Mauro. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, sorry, we had to delay because we didn't recognize
No
the
worries.
number instead of your name. So
Thank
we didn't
you.
know that you are with us. So thank you for coming and please excuse us for that, if we can say that mistake. But we will do that now. Professor Marcello Mauro is coming from University of Trieste from Italy. And she will give us presentation titled Impact of Climate Occupational Health. And if you are ready, we can start with your presentation. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Please take the floor.
Thank you. So good afternoon to everyone, and thanks to the organizers to be here today. I would like to talk to you about climate change and health effects, since these are projections of daily average temperatures in next years. And it has expected to be an increase of 2.2 grades in the next few years. But this is the real scenario. That means that these are temperatures that have been evaluated, and in 2024, an increase over 1.5 degrees has already happened. So it's something that we are already facing. And if we ask which geographical areas are most impacted by the phenomena, as you can see, the northern mid latitudes are the one that accounts for the higher percentage that are the places where we all live. So the exposure to heat and hot environments is a theme that the NIOSH already in 2060 approached. And the fact is that probably we will face no new risk, but a significant reshape of the existing one. And especially as regard cardiovascular disease, biological hazard, and others such chemical tolerance, asthma, and allergies are already evident. When we are exposed for high temperature for long periods, there could be an increase of symptoms that in a variable range of time could lead to a very dangerous situation, such as heat exhaustion and heat stroke. And so these are the main and the most important health issue we have to defend. These are some facts of the deaths happened due to heat stroke in 2024. It has been registered especially at La Mecca and in Indian agricultures. And this is a report of the Imperial College and the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine as regard the past summer, so 2025. As you can see on the left side, the increase of summer temperature average is affect all over Europe. And in the right legend of the graph, you can see how it is distributed during the three summer months. In the lower part of the figure, you can see how especially Eastern and Southern nation, we have also Italy and Slovenia as well, account for a high part to the increase. And overall, more than 24,000 excess deaths due to heat has registered in summer 2025, a little bit less than 70% attributable to human-induced climate change, and of these, 15% in working population. This is another figure that tells us how excess heat-related deaths distributed in some of the main European capital cities, among which the problem has impacted for a higher amount. The three first point we have Rome, Athens, and Paris, but followed, as you can see, by other. And more than 50% of the deaths are attributable to climate change. When we talk about health effects of exposure, as I already told you, cardiovascular system, kidney, central nervous system and skin are the one of the most involved. Especially outdoor workers face this kind of exposure, since the required physical activity is moderate high. They could be exposed to solar radiation, the PPI could decrease, the sweating rate, not always fresh water and shaded areas are available, and we have other problems such as seasonal workers, payment based on yield, and in general, low awareness of the problem is present. In agriculture, up to 35 times higher mortality rate has been observed compared to other industrial sectors, and also could be an increase of injuries. I would like to show you results briefly of this meta-analysis published on Lancet journal, where the cardiovascular disease have been analyzed. And as you can see, the overall mortality for all kinds of cardiovascular disease have an increased risk of 2.1. And when we evaluate which latitude areas are one of the most involved, the Mediterranean one is for sure one of the first places. As regard the morbidity is the same. We have an increased risk of arrhythmias and cardiac arrest, especially in out-of-hospital settings. And as regard the heat waves, comprehensively, during a heat wave, if the temperature is particularly high, we can have 80%, 90% higher risk of mortality due to cardiovascular event. As regard instead the renal effects, there are many kind of disease or failure. The most threatening is the chronic kidney failure of unknown cause, which have been already described in America and Asia in last decades, but more recently, as you can see from the map, also East European regions such as Croatia, Serbia, and Hungary have published data on this disease. So we have to raise attention also on this topic. The defining criteria is a chronic kidney failure that fit with no other definition. And the prevalence it affected especially young males, and in some areas of the world, such as Sri Lanka, it could account up to 30% of the total chronic kidney failure. Okay, it is an increased evidence in different kind of outdoor workers. And of course, we have predisposing risk factors that should be known and understood, such as thermal stress, intense work, and dehydration. But there are also mitigating factors such as reduction of heavy work, shaded rest, and good rehydration that, of course, enterprise could put in place if they know that there is a risk. During the last years, different possibly early biomarkers of kidney damage have been hypothesized, but most of them has to be validated before clinical use. When we pass to skin effects, the most important problem are the possibility of skin cancer induction, and the burns could lead also to the development in a second stage of malignant melanoma. What we know about outdoor workers at our latitude, very poor, since usually we have, for example, farm enterprise at a small medium size, and in some cases run on a family basis. So health surveillance is not always carried out, but we need to measure this kind of workers, and how we can do this. We have different tools and methods. For example, these are some that we have used in the past summers. We use the body composition and urine examination and urine biomarkers to understand the kidney health. As regard the cardiovascular system, we can choose from the traditional Holter HCG to other more smart, I can tell, technologies that we have to bear in mind that the workers have to work with these wearables, so they have to be comfortable, otherwise they will stop use it. And as regard the neurological events, it's very important to evaluate the central core temperature. We can do it through different methods that evaluate tympanic or rectal core temperature, or a more invasive one, such as the thermocamera, which could be used as a proxy, of course, not a proper biological evaluation. As regard the skin exposure, we can use also UV dosimeters, such as the one that are in the figure. This is one kind, but there are many others on the market, to be sure of which is the real dose to which the workers have been exposed during a day or during a week. Of course, all these measures have to be coupled with environmental monitoring, and using the microclimate evaluator, which is an instrument like this. We have a screening evaluation through the WBGT index, and subsequently, if this one is gives us a high value, a second level assessment through the perceived heat stress evaluation has to be performed. And so we have done it during the last summer seasons, and the theme is that when the WBGT is evaluation is under the thresholds level for acclimatized and non-acclimatized people, no other action has to be taken. In all the other cases, a second level assessment should be performed, such as the one that you can see in the graphs and the tables. This is a method suggested at the European level, and at the very end of the evaluation, you have an estimate of the time that a worker could be exposed safely to hot environment without reaching dangerous core temperatures or having swelling temperatures, swelling rate that gives a dehydration. This is a scenario in which in a very hot context we introduced this one. We introduced the poses in shaded areas, and as you can see, we have a gain of safe work hours that I would say it was limitless for acclimatized individuals. Instead, for unacclimatized ones, we gain 1 hour of safety work. And so in conclusion, climate change is an emerging problem. We already have temperature rise that impact health, and the projections are worse for the next decades. Outdoor workers are, and those in constrained environments are especially at risk. In some contexts, and we in Italy did apply it, we have a working hour restriction during hot periods that is from 12:30 to 4 p.m. But this is derived from weather forecast and is only applied in condition where high intensity activities are carried out. So a significant percentage of exposed workers are excluded from these protections, and it is crucial to measure health parameters to advise enterprises on the best and most tailored mitigation strategies suitable for specific scenarios. Early detection, moreover, of disease can make a difference, enabling a complete recovery when something strange has emerged. And I thank you very much.
Professor Mauro, thank you very much for this truly interesting presentation and for these beautiful photos at the end of your presentation. Thank you for your participating on our conference today, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. And now I would like just mention something for our students. So the University of Applied Science Velika Gorica is awarding you with free participations in the crisis management camp in June 2026, and also in the crisis management days conference next year. So for everyone who would like to come to Croatia next year, we will send you all details by the mail. And now I think that we are going to have a break, 10 minutes break. It's jury time. See you back in 10 minutes. Welcome back. I hope that you are still here, and it's time that our jury they will announce the winner of the second session. So I will invite Mr. Javier Dorado. Javier, are you with us?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here.
Hello.
Okay,
So how are you? Hello, how are you?
Dobro, fine, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you have results.
Yes.
Okay, could you share them with us?
Yes. First off, we would like to congratulate all participants. Since all of them made it to the finals, they already show a strong command, both in terms of scientific methodology and the approach of the content and the matureness of the insights that they provided. So for us as a jury members, it's quite a challenging process to evaluate all the presentations and decide which one has to be on the first place, since the quality of the scientific research we have witnessed today is quite high. But after all, that's what we have to do. And after a thorough and careful consideration, our jury members have decided that the third place goes to Gabriel Catalini, the second place for Alessia Molinaro, and the first place to Andreas Alquist. So congratulate to all of you, and we all wish you a very bright future in research topics.
Thank you, Javier. And of course, congratulations to all our students. And I have now question for Andreas.
Yes.
It
Hello.
seems you are happy. We can see that, but how do you feel at the moment?
No, I'm very happy. So great outcome.
It seems that connection between cybersecurity and Norwegian agriculture was the key of the success for this conference.
Yeah, it is very on demand right now. So I'm happy that you liked it. Yeah, and
okay, what now?
What
will
now?
you do with the money?
Good question. Yeah, I will. Probably go out and meet my supervisor and celebrate the achievement together. And also, a big congratulations and special thanks to Shinwi Filomena Orma, which is my supervisor, and also the academic network and professors at the Arctic University of Norway, UIT. You absolutely shaped the outcome of this thesis.
Oh, it would be great. So thank you so much again, and thanks to all of you, Alessia, Andreas, and Gabriele. You did an excellent job, so you can be proud of yourself. And now, in conclusion, I would like to thank all the students who submitted their work for this conference. You did a really great job. Unfortunately, the jury had to select only 3 in each section, and there can be only one winner. So, but don't be sad. All of you really did a great job. All your posters will be available on the conference website. And we also invite you to submit your full papers so they can be considered for publication in our scientific journal, others. But you will get such information by email. And now, dear students, you can be proud of yourself, and we are very proud on you also. And please don't forget never that your knowledge is the future of our society, that's for sure. Thanks to everyone once more. Thanks to all participants. Thanks to the students who submitted their papers. And I hope see you next year. So good luck to everyone once more, and bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Congratulations to all
Bye-bye. Thank you.
participants.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.